All right. So I used to have quite an interesting life in that I used to get in lots of accidents. And I figured out how to not do that anymore. Knock on wood or whatever you want to say. But but I remember one time many years ago, and it was like the day after New Year's, something like that. And I was at work in San Diego, and I was walking to get Indian food. It was like a Friday night or something, and and I was so mad, so mad, and just so frustrated about life. And mostly it was about girlfriend stuff, somebody that was like on again, off again kind of thing. And my mom was cutting off communication more and more, and so it was like I just felt kind of alone a lot. And the way it was showing up was just really angry and frustrated. And so there I was. I had a good day planned for the next day. I'd go a run with our run group, but I was in the middle of it was dark. It was wintertime in San Diego, and I was walking across Third Avenue to go get my Indian food, and kind of raging in my mind. And this car, I was walking this way. This car came like this and then turned through an intersection and was trying to beat oncoming traffic. So she gunned it. And then she saw me, and she was carrying a little dog in her here and smoking a cigarette. And she hit the brakes. And I think what probably happened was the dog started to like go through towards the window. And so she let off on the brake. In a way, she hit me. And I went like flying about 20 feet, 30 feet or so, 20 feet, I guess. And then I was sitting on the curb like, whoa, I felt like I had been tackled like a football game. And of course she got out and she was like, so sorry. And I would like, I think I'm okay. And I stood up and I'm like, oh, I'm not okay. And I sat back down and I went through this a few times, and she was telling me how her boyfriend and her had just had this terrible fight. And so she was driving like that, totally mad about boyfriend stuff. I was raging in my mind crossing the street, and we just happened to meet at the exact time. That lit off a lot of energy. And so after some time, I felt like I think I'm okay. And it's funny, I went ahead and went down, got my Indian food, came back. I exchanged information with her, but I thought maybe I'm going to be just okay. I tried to go for a run the next day, and man, did it hurt. So I called my friend, Dr. Tons, trauma surgeon at UC, at Mercy, Scripps Mercy. And I love that guy. And he said, well, you're kind of lucky you didn't die last night. So, like from like bleeding or internal damage or something, he said, you should have probably come in, called me then, but come on in and let's take a look. And he took a look, and it's like, it looked like I was going to be okay-ish. Ended up having to get lots of therapy, and I got fixed up. But there's been so many times when stuff has happened. Like I actually, another story for another day, a rental car in Kansas City late at night. Um, my rental car got stuck on the tracks and got hit by a coal train. Talk about an experience, but that's for another day. So, but I solved the accident thing. What I have today is something that might be useful. You might try it. Let me know what you think. Um, because I was talking to our friend last night, and she talks to lots of clients on the phone, and she said people are just way more ready to jump down your throat these days. And you know various statistics right now coming out. You got to look at all the different sources and see what you think. But we, in our relatively small circle, one person removed kind of people, clients and other people, and friends and their coworkers, we've experienced in the last half year 5 suicides, and one of them was a double homicide suicide in our little area. And so it's like I'd never seen that before, never seen that before. And there's been some stuff that I've read that in some areas, some cities, um, mental health people, doctors are reporting 50% increase in suicide. Some are 100% increase in suicide. Um, the suicide rate among children and teenagers is way higher than anything related to any kind of COVID thing. And so, whatever you think about the lockdown stuff, there's some harsh consequences right now, and people are on edge. And I tell you, if you're going through life like that, when I noticed it is like accidents can happen and bad stuff can happen. And so one thing that I use that you might help. It might help. It's like, and I'm hoping it helps. So try it and see what you think. Is, you know how like you're at work and you might have lots of stuff going on and in meetings and stuff going on, and then you're going to go home, and it's easy to carry over that anger, frustration, rage to your family. So one thing that's kind of cool is in between different things, in between clients, in between meetings, in between work and home, home and work, you can just take a moment, take a moment, take a moment, right? Take a moment and just look up and smile. And you could actually say thank you if you want. You know, you are alive. That is a pretty good thing. And just go inside and see if you can relax your body a little bit. Relax a little bit. And if there's a place that brings you great joy, you could just think about it. You know, like a vacation spot or a certain room. You might even keep your room a little cleaner and just relax. Just relax. You know, one of my favorite books is a little children's book called Goodnight Moon, and there's a big green room, and it's in the there's a big green room with a telephone and a picture of a cow jumping over the moon, and the picture of the little room is with somebody, a little kid sleeping in the bed, and a little old lady knitting in a rocking chair, and some cats sleeping, and the fire going, and the snow outside. And there's a feeling to that. And we all have an experience of a feeling of like, yeah, that. And so one thing that could be cool is just to try it. This is what I love using this, is to, in between clients, in between meetings, in between work and then family, you know, in between the stress and then the next part of the day, is just to look up and smile and just relax your body and think of a thing that brings you joy. It's kind of like hitting a reset, kind of clearing the clearing the browser. And then you can just go on about to the next thing. And I've got many more of these kind of, I guess you could call them life hacks or things that we use with clients, with ourselves. And if you're interested, let me know and I can send you some stuff. Just message me if you're finding this on YouTube. Click subscribe, and share this. And if you're seeing it on Facebook, click share. If you think it'll help, if this sounds useful to you, if you're going to try it, let me know. Comment below, kind of check in and see. Because a lot of people are on edge. And I think if we can just kind of be in a place of like, okay, let's clear the browser in between things and just look up and just smile a bit. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think. I'm about to start my day, so I'm going to do that and then start my next meeting, my next session. So let's get out there and heal yourself and heal the world.